Today on Modded, we take a look at the infamous GoldenEye Source mod. Ash exterminates her way through Minecraft, and I'll be introducing Perisno, a mod for Mount & Blade Warband. First off today, we have GoldenEye Source. GoldenEye Source is a total conversion modification of Half-Life 2. It's a fan-made artistic recreation released for free with a primary goal in mind, to bring back the memories and experiences from the original GoldenEye 64 back to life using Source Orange Box technology. As one of the premier and consistently released Half-Life 2 mobs, GoldenEye Source has been played by hundreds and thousands of PC gamers for 8 long years running. GoldenEye was a game I quite literally grew up with. For me and my friends, we would end every school day, run back to my mate's house, and literally just pick up the N64, throw it all together, put in the cartridge, blow on it as you do furiously, despite the fact of if it has dust or not, and just play the absolute balls out of it. Hour after hour was spent trying to get the golden gun and destroy my friends, leaving them in a pool of tears, crying to the sounds of victory and cheers from a young me. Seeing this great childhood favourite brought up to date using the awesome Source engine really cheered me up. This mod just felt right to play. And whilst I got thoroughly annoyed whenever someone got the golden gun and one-shot me, it brought back so many memories of playing back in the day and was a massive nostalgia trip. The mod has a wide variety of both weapons and characters to play, just like the original game, and multiple maps with a great deal of accuracy to the original game. If you're like me and you grew up playing on the N64 and love games like GoldenEye, then I honestly have to recommend this mod because you'll absolutely love it. From everything from the weapons, the way in which the game handles, all the way down to the subtleties of the blood coming down on the screen when you die slowly, and there's a little intro movie at the very beginning when you start up the game, which just, every second of it just really cheered me up. The music of the game has a really amazing feel to it. It's something that you can just listen to, and although obviously for copyright reasons it's not the same as the original N64 music, it's really got the feel. He's captured the feel of that kind of James Bond type score, the kind of, I'm not gonna recreate it, but it's got its own feel, its own natural way about it, and he really captures that, the guy who did the music. And actually, I believe on their ModDB page you can find out a bit about what went into the process of the music. There's a couple of videos all about the guy who actually made it, so that's awesome. Other than that, the game just has an amazing feel to it. Now, it does have one or two issues that I find difficult. At the moment, it's hard to find any servers. You kind of have to go on Google, type in GoldenEye Source servers, and then it leads you in the right direction. You find one that way. That's how I found my one, and even then, unfortunately, the one I found wasn't that populated, and at first it was kind of very empty, but I took that as a time to kind of get used to the feel of the guns, try out different guns, look at a couple of maps, and then towards the end I bumped into these guys, which you'll probably see in the video, and we play together and we have some fun, we run around, I get absolutely owned by a golden gun over and over again. And I think that's just one problem, but that's a problem with all Source mods. I believe it happened to Hidden as well, and a couple other games. It's just the way that, unfortunately, the kind of Source engine handles finding multiple servers, etc. So it's a fault, but it's not necessarily the dev's fault. So I think the game itself, if we're going to talk in terms of gameplay, has a really nice feel to it. It kind of feels very natural, very reminiscent of how it used to be. They've obviously picked up on GoldenEye 64. Used to have this thing where, to regulate the damage, because of course in those days they didn't really have hitboxes or anything like that. That was quite an advanced technology to come around. So they kind of relied quite heavily on just making the player untargetable for a time, or slightly invulnerable to certain bullets. And unfortunately it means that sometimes you could be using a scope and you could be dead bang on, and they will take no damage, but you will. But that's just how the ball rolls. I mean, that's part of the nostalgia trip, because that's exactly what they did in the original 64 game, and it's exactly what they've done in this mod. Their mission is to try and recreate the nostalgia, the feeling that everyone had when they first played the game, and I think they succeed that. They definitely succeed on that. You can find this awesome mod on moddb.com, and the link will be in the description. Thanks so much to GoldenEye Source team for making such an awesome game, and now on to Ash for some timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly experience.
Throw yourself into the world of Doctor Who with the Dalek mod from Minecraft made by 1WTC and UDWF1. In this mod, you'll face all of the Doctor's enemies such as Daleks, Cybermen, Weeping Angels, Silence, and more. This mod really puts you into the Doctor's shoes. You can build yourself a TARDIS and fly around to other planets, and you can regenerate into any of the 12 Doctors with River's Diary and have yourself your very own Clara companion. This mod has different versions of Daleks, such as Drone, Eternal, 60s and 80s, Special Weapons Daleks, and many more. All Daleks fire lasers, float when they fall, and drop Dalekanium, which can be used to craft into a Dalekanium armor set. This version currently has 3 different types of Cybermen. They are the 80s Cybermen, the new Cybermen, and the Cyber Leaders. Cybermen drop iron and rotten flesh when killed, and they also upgrade villagers into new Cybermen. The Daleks and the Cybermen fight with each other and are both aggressive mobs. Also in this mod are empty mobs. There are empty children and NPCs which walk very slowly and are aggressive. There are also empty villagers which spawn when an empty child or empty NPC kills a villager. Empty mobs also drop iron and rotten flesh when killed. There are other mobs in this mod pack, such as clockwork droids, autons, a tameable canine pet which will follow and defend you, adipose, weeping angels, snowmen, ice warriors, unit personnel, silence, whispermen, zygons, Sontarans, Gelguards, cleaners, and Time Lords. You can also craft and fly the TARDIS to 3 different planets. They are Skaro, Trenzalore, and Gallifrey. Just as it should be, the TARDIS is also bigger on the inside. This mod pack includes some wonderful craftable items such as a fez, gas mask, bow tie, and other accessories belonging to your most beloved Doctor. I really enjoyed this mod for the realistic interaction between mobs and being able to travel to different worlds. Any person that enjoys Doctor Who will have themselves a blast with the Dalek mod for Minecraft. Crap.
Thanks, Ash, and now on to Perisno. Perisno is a total overhaul mod for Mount & Blade Warband, placing you in a magical fantasy world filled with elves and much, much more. The mod adds tons of new stuff to the original game, adding things such as better diplomacy options, new music to the game, new updated sounds, new mounts, better landscapes, a new crosshair, over 800 additional items, new banners, new graphics and fonts, new NPCs, new factions, constructible forts, household-specific troops, and so much more. The team at Perisno have really worked like crazy to make this an awesome and engaging mod, and I think with all their updates and new features, as well as the engaging to look at world, they have definitely achieved this. As a Mount & Blade mod, I felt it was sufficiently different from other mods that it stood out. Recently, with their update on the 23rd of December, it's risen up to the ranks of the ModDB top 100 downloaded mods, and quite rightly so. The mod has a great feel to it, and I spent most of my playtime feeling surprisingly refreshed. For me, when it comes to Mount & Blade, I've clocked over 1,300 hours of playtime, and I've also been involved with other mods and played many others. So for me, it's always a challenge to find something new and different enough that I feel drawn to it. And I don't know if it was the combination of everything they've added or anything specific, but I really enjoyed everything about this mod. I felt like I could get lost and spend hours getting my empire running and crushing my enemies. The troops in the game are surprisingly tough, and even a small band of enemies proved to be a high challenge for even a seasoned player like myself. It had this one feature I particularly appreciated, and that was the fact that when you're on the map, and I actually thought this was a bug at first, you can only see the places you've been to. Like a really cool fog of war and buildings as well as troops, and I don't know if that's just that I've been too lazy to try it out on other mods, or if it's a new thing to the game. I mean, I just don't know. I mean, it's something I've never tried. But it kind of blew me back. because I was thinking how I could spend my entire time, literally just in a small zone, fighting over it, only to then push out and take on each enemy one at a time, and just that kind of realistic feel of exploring and finding out the land. I love games that let you explore, so you don't see everything at once and just go, oh, well, I know where everything is, but that feeling of exploring and saying, hey, this is a village I didn't know existed, or hey, there's a castle here from that one faction that explains why they're still around after I've destroyed everything else of theirs, you know? So I just really loved that. Another massive strength to the game was the world map. The map is like nothing I've seen before. Lots of depth and plenty of lakes. I look forward to following the mod as it grows and seeing where they take it in the future. You can actually find this mod on moddb.com as described before. Links will be in the description. A massive thank you to the team at Perisno for making this awesome mod, and to you for watching this week's episode of Modded. Be sure to subscribe, like, and favourite for more awesomeness. And make sure you like the video and let us know that you're enjoying this so we keep on making more. A massive thanks and big welcome to Ash as a new contributor to Modded, and we will see you next time on Modded.